Well, the company's basically a supply company. We turn over £18 million at the moment. Plan is to move that up to 25 over the next 3 or 4 years. We are a national company. We have 3 depots. Our head office here in Bolton. We have a depot in Guildford in Surrey and one in Newbridge just outside Edinburgh. And we have 72,000 square foot of warehousing.
We are the premier supplier of products related to grass. Virtually anything to do with grass.
We do fertilisers, we do chemicals, we do line marking, we do top dressings, grass seeds, a whole range of specialities which can be anything from wetting agents to rooting agents, just to colourants, seaweeds, so there's a whole range of materials. So we're really just a one-stop shop. We employ 50 representatives all over the UK.
We deal with some very prestigious customers like the major football clubs, we deal with all the championship clubs, we deal with all the golf courses, all the major cricket clubs, rugby clubs, etc. We deal a lot through the local authorities.
The councils that we deal with are having to meet targets and budgets, and it's up to us to produce the products that help them meet those budgets. We have our suppliers partnerships. We work very well through partnerships, and we get them to manufacture, and we stick to what we're good at, which is basically selling, advising. It's a technical sale. We're in at some of the Premiership clubs basically on a weekly basis, looking at their football pitches.
Andrew Robinson, the MD, was the first contact that was made. He made the contact with Envirowise through Manchester United.
Well, being a high-profile football club and sporting institution, not only in the UK but around the world, we're very keen and committed to demonstrate best practice in all our business activities, and environmental management is a key activity and a business operation here at Manchester United. Rigby Taylor have been a brilliant supplier, a very keen and committed partner in the Manchester United Envirowise supply chain programme. When we first approached Andrew Robinson, the Managing Director of Rigby Tailors, he was a little bit hesitant, understandably so. Come on board, let's get involved, let's introduce you to something new.
And I've got to say, initially I was a bit kind of sceptical, because not being a manufacturer, we thought, well, can we really make many savings? But we got involved, we went along to the first seminar.
It soon became quite clear to us that we could make some financial savings as well as help the environment.
I've got to say, I think it's actually helped transform our company.
As with all distribution operations, it's going from the supplier to the customer. More often than not, it goes through a third party, which is us, the distributor. So generally speaking, it comes from the supply to our warehouses, we offload them, we store them, we then get the orders in, we pick, schedule and dispatch forward on to the customer. With the key concept, we are getting our operation right, so we can go direct from the supplier, direct to the customer in one simple movement. We have an opportunity by going direct to one haulier that we can get further cost savings by splitting the country into regions, hence the region right the way from the north of Scotland right the way down to the to Cornwall and Devon. When we work with him and the supplier through this dedicated fleet, we can then maximise the deliveries to each of these specific areas. So we maximise the number of individual deliveries on a single vehicle. So all in all, over the 3.5 years we've been doing it, it's involved 13,500 tonnes of product. It's saved 66,000 miles. And when you put that into pallet miles, it's 1.5 million pallet miles. We have saved £205,000 over the 3.5 years. That's just in the transport element alone.
We could not have grown to the stage we've grown with the present warehousing if we hadn't changed the way we're doing business. So the Envirowise has been fantastic for us.
One of the best practice arrangements that Rigby Tailors have introduced since being involved with the partnership and attending the workshops has been an improvement in the area of storage, of handling, reducing the size and the scale of the products that they supply to the customers like Manchester United, to make it easier to handle, more environmentally friendly to distribute by way of transport savings, and of course health and safety, easier loads to handle, less manual handling, less risk.
The old-fashioned way of doing lines was a dry powder, and you used to use 3 25-kilo bags of dry powder just to mark out one football pitch. And we had one council in the north, he was ordering 24 tonnes of powder basically every fortnight.
Surely there must be a better way of being able to transport a more concentrated product.
One of the newer types was a liquid paint where you add water, and a normal pitch you would use 3 or 4 litres of concentrate and add 10 litres of water. So you're using 15 litres of liquid to literally mark out a normal football pitch. We've replaced that with a new concentrated liquid. You don't have to mix with water. One 10-litre container will actually do 3 football pitches. So it's turned it fully about. It means there's less time wasted going back, refilling the sprayer, etc., etc. And basically 1 pallet of the new liquid replaces, believe it or not, 16 pallets of the powder, which is quite remarkable. And again, if you can only imagine the transport issues, the storage issues as well, time as well. We found that the men were able to line the pitches in half the time, basically, so they were freed up to do other duties for the council. And again, when you're not lumping water about or transporting water, the councils can actually use a smaller kit. They've gone from transit vans with trailers with 1,000-litre containers of water, and they can go to a combi van, a sprayer inside with 10 boxes of paint, and they can be away all day lining pitches. Seaweed's been used in the industry for many, many years and in many, many forms. It's used basically to improve root development, improve the colour of the turf. It's a plant health product, and we decided that we'd try and move from a liquid, which has already got water added to it, to a more concentrated product. The powder turns into liquid just by simply adding it to water or adding to the spray tank. A 2 kilos worth of powder versus 10 litres of liquid. So the savings are there. Instead of shifting 5 pallets of liquid into us, we'd only buy 1 pallet of powder. The old product was good. There was nothing wrong with it. We were selling plenty, but it was time for the improvement. It's all to do with savings in transport, and there's a huge savings to be had. The other new development that's been launched in the last 2 years is a new total herbicide. It's based on glyphosate, which most of them are, but this is one with a difference. The old-fashioned way now is to use a knapsack, and a knapsack basically you need to fill up every 200 or 300 yards along the road. With this controlled droplet application, as we have now, we have a product called Disman, highly concentrated. You only need 7.5 litres of concentrate, no water involved, and that will actually cover a hectare's worth of spraying. Using knapsacks, you would normally use about 10 fills of a 20-litre knapsack to do the comparison, and that is quite phenomenal. Just the quickness of the job. He literally plugs in, presses a button, starts spraying, and that's him literally for most of the morning. If he's doing a kerb edge, you can walk a couple of miles. Again, you're not transporting water about the country, and an average council can save 200,000 or 300,000 litres of water in a season. Tailor-made is a new concept, and it's a way of, again, reducing distribution, reducing transportation. We go out on site and we do a technical visit, and we sometimes take the pH of the soil, what nutrients are in the soil, and we do a lab report on that, and then we can tailor-make to the specification of the greenkeeper's needs. And we tend to use our slow-release fertilisers along with our wetting agents and seaweed products and rooting agents, and we can actually have them mixed at the manufacturing depot. So that saves the customer having to mix when he gets the products all individually packed. You've just got a nice, neat 200-litre drum which comes with a pump, and it's all sorted for them. The other big benefit we've got, once the customer's ordered 4 200-litre containers, when we deliver the 5th one, we'll take away the other 4, so they're not having to dispose of all the empties. And we'll take it away and we'll reuse it. This is kind of synergistic effect. When we pre-mix the products at manufacture, what we find is that the wetting agent, if it's mixed with a rooting agent, it actually gives even better roots than the product used alone. Everywhere you look, there's savings to be had, and we're looking at now at our liquid fertilisers to see if we can make them more concentrated. We've recycled our grass seed bags, because grass seed, we sell over 1,000 tonnes of grass seeds across the UK. So having recycled bags in there has been very, very useful for us as well. And it's an ongoing process. We can actually advise a council in what cultivars to put into its mix to reduce its clippings when the grass comes through. And again, that's got a tremendous impact because they can cut down the number of times they cut the grass. We are a forward-thinking company, and we're certainly moving with the times, and we're seeing the effects of that in the growth we're having.
And we want to continue our partnership with EnviroWise and companies like Rigby Tailors and a good number of other award-winning companies, and we want to move things onwards and upwards, as well as play our part to bring other companies through.
I would strongly recommend you go to one of the, if you can go to one of the seminars, if you can get one of the EnviroWise people out to talk to you and have a look around your warehouse. And you've got to start thinking seriously about the environment.
They've come on leaps and bounds, and they've worked very well with us, and they've done a brilliant job, so we're really pleased that Rigby Tailors have progressed in such a positive way, and they're really one of the best high-profile supplying companies we've got at Manchester United.